I couldn't make the special meeting because I had a meeting of my own up in Roseville. Does this council realize you could potentially put small minority enterprises out of business? CNU's so-called nonprofit appears to have no revenue or assets. Would any of us, and those of us who moved to Elk Grove because we came here for the American dream, would any of us get a loan if our balance sheets and our financial statement showed no assets or no revenue? I don't think so. Thank you.
Mr. Holloway said that CNU was going to be meeting with the board of the Stonelake Homeowners Association, and as of today, 2 board members, including the president, have confirmed he nor anybody from CNU has ever reached out to the Homeowners Association, the board, or even our management company, First Residential. He also stated that CNU was actively trying to work with the small business tenants of Stonelake Landing to come to a mutually beneficial resolution. Yet when the owner of Results Transformation Center stood up and tried to say, this is not true, Mr. Holloway didn't even recognize them. How can you say that you're working with the owners of these small businesses and not even recognize one of the owners of the largest business in Stonelake Landing? Also, it was either Mr. Holloway or Mr. Lee at one point stated that the business owners were being difficult to work with and had even said that some of them had stopped paying their rents. And this is where I would like to share a private conversation I had with one of the business owners months ago. I walked in and I asked this owner, how are things going? And this owner told me that at the time, I believe it was Paul Wagstaff, who was managing the finances, stopped coming by to collect rents. So this business owner went over to CNU to give them the rent check, and they said, no, don't worry about it. We're not worried about it. Are they being set up at this point to look hostile? Ultimately, Mr. Holloway and Mr. Lee were afforded the opportunity to return to the podium after their 3-minute presentations. I urge you to allow business owners to have that same voice. They can't get up here like everybody else can because they're trying to feed their families and run their businesses, and they don't have the money to hire these big guns or figureheads or former public servants to state their claim. Please, they are the foundation of our community. They deserve the respect.
In the event that council members did have questions, specifically to members of the business community that were participating in that hearing, I would have allowed that as well. Okay. So
in
honestly,
the future, if we should have another meeting about this, could I ask each of you to maybe think of a question that you could ask the small business people so they do have that opportunity?
I think that's fair, right?
Okay.
I mean, if you ask one question, ask to the other side. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
I'm Christina Snyder. I'm with TRI Commercial. I'm the one that was brought up 2 weeks ago regarding the broker that represents 7 tenants. That would be me. So I want to make sure that I'm the face, even though nobody named me. So years ago, I was brought on to this project when I worked for Ethan Conrad. I probably did 9 or 10 leases when I was trying to basically save this project that was vacant. There was nothing going on over here, and there was no pulse. I worked with Daryl Doan and tried to get life going into this property and bring it to where there was a community. I worked hard to bring these tenants in here. And if anybody doesn't know or understand what it takes to be a small business owner, I'm happy to fill you in at another time. So I just want to come forward and tell you guys that I've been working diligently with these tenants since I got a call from Flaming Grill back in January when all this hit the news media and when their businesses started taking a hit because of all this media attention, and nobody talked to them from the hospitals. I've been in contact with the hospital for months. I've sent them termination agreements. I've sent them potential relocations, had relocations set up for every single one of these tenants. I've even had a tenant that just wanted to walk away, and they said, you know what? She walks away, they're just going to come after her, and they're going to seek money. And then they went silent on me. They've been ghosting me. So this whole thing about, hey, we're here for the tenants and we're trying to help the tenants is a flat-out lie. I have documentation on all of it. I'm happy to bring in every single email to you guys and let you know that this is not true. And I would be concerned because, to me, for somebody to come up here and blatantly lie to city council and everybody in here and these tenants and try and portray themselves as, hey, we're trying to do the right thing, they have not. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stand in the truth, and I'm going to stand in the light. I have a reputation around town. You can call anybody out there in the community, and my word is my bond. So I want you guys to be aware of that. I tried to do something right for Elk Grove, and to turn around and see that these tenants are being taken advantage of. This is their livelihood. This is how they pay their bills, pay their rent, pay for their child to go to school, take care of their parents. And to see these people that have put everything into these businesses and to have total disregard for that and just get thrown under the bus because he is adamant, Mike is adamant for making sure that these people go out of business and they don't have to drop a dime. And yet they're here asking for $900 million, and he's going to sit in here and balk for the fact of a relocation cost. So I suggest that you guys table this whole thing and come back to it maybe in a month when we can reevaluate the whole situation. That's all I've got for you for today, but I will be breaking down a timeline of everything that's gone on because I want you to be educated when you make decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Snyder? Ms. Snyder?
Ma'am?
Ms. Snyder?
Come on back, please.
Would you please leave your contact information? Oh, we have an email. Okay, never mind. I'd like to reach out and speak with you,
I've
please.
sent you guys all an email, but I'm happy to. I'll give you my cell phone. You can call me anytime.
Thank you.